Welcome to SportsNetUSA.net. It's time for baseball. That's on the community college level. That's right. Maybe the pros have forgotten the fun of the game, but none of these young men out today here at Cypress College have, as Palomar, the Comets, take on your Cypress College Chargers here on SportsNetUSA.net. Welcome to the game as we head to the bottom of the first. Well, Palomar got up there 3 times. Couldn't find any sort of rhythm offensively. Harris grounded out to short. Hashimoto struck out, followed by Mills. It was a quick 1-2-3, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base as we head to the bottom of the first here with Cypress taking on Palomar today in a community college battle here on SportsNetUSA.net. Starting off for the Chargers is going to be the right fielder, Hakopian. Eddie Hakopian out there. Big right-hander. Takes the first pitch off the plate. We'll set the defense for Palomar in just a second. Hakopian takes that at the knees for a strike. 1-1's the count. See how many looks I get during the game. I got coaches in front of me. Next one, it's a ball. Two and one. 1-2's the count. They called that last one a strike. Thought it was a little in. Off the fist, going to drop down the right field line. Kopian turns, stops. Hashimoto gets it back in quickly for Palomar. So, coming up to plate now is Luke Honicle. Honicle in center field. Nice little lefty, sweet little swing. Big ballpark out here at Cypress. 335 down the right field line. 386 to dead center. Honicle takes that. A little high and tight. Runner at first, bottom of the first. Kopian started it off with a single to right. Little courtesy toss to first base. Just letting them know you're there. That's all you do it for. That one on the outside corner. Luke Honicle batting .359. Slugging percentage of .513. That one on the corner. Albert Robles will be on the air with me today. 1-2, runner at first, no outs, bottom of the first. Down to the dirt, knocked down, and a nice jump by Hakopian to steal second. So a runner in scoring position here in the bottom of the first. Nobody out. We scored that a stolen base in the dirt, but blocked well behind the plate by Lindemann. Had a possibility. That one outside. DeVecchio running the count full. Dylan, a 5'10" left-hander on the mound. Good full. 3-2, no outs. Runner at second. Fouled away. Just got a little of that. at the defense for Palomar. Three-two count. Wind blowing in on a beautiful day here in Cypress, California. Foul ball, just a nice little heater. Hunkle just caught up with it. 3-2. Copian over at second. Got the first on a base hit to right. Stole second base. That's where he's at right now. 3-2 count. So Hunkle takes it inside and works his way onto first base. So 2 on, no out, and Carliner comes in. Look at that defense for Palomar. In the outfield, it's Scott left, Ellis at center, Harris over and right, Harvey at third, Larson at short, Hashimoto at second, Landon at first. Del Vecchio on the mound. That's the defense for Palomar. Carliner now comes up, playing first base for Cypress today. Carliner batting .275 for the Chargers. Drives it down the right field line. If that stairs, just curves foul. So with that possibility, if it could just drop in there short of the 335 marker, a couple runs would have scored. Noah's batting .275, 356 on base percentage, 425 slugging percentage. White stance. Noah fouls that one off. Fastball right in there. On the hands, fouled away. "6'4", 225 out of Fountain Valley, California, Fountain Valley High School. "0-2" count. Easy little fly ball taken there in left field, pulled in right there by Scott. So 2 on with 1 out. That brings up Mario Tostado. Catching today for Cypress. So the first 2 runners got on for the Chargers. Base hit and a walk. Palomar's trying to keep them at bay here in the first inning. Turn, throw. Try that pickoff play. You use that runner for the backstop. Make sure if you're going to throw it away, you nail them in the back. That was a nice little throw over there. Tostado takes a nice one right on the inside of the corner. Took a little pace off of it by Del Vecchio. Slowed it down just a little. Threw it into first, came around the curve, and got a strike. 0-1's the count. This one, driven, and almost a misplay in right field by Harris as he slipped out there, and it looked like he was going to go down and then regained his balance to make a nice play in right field for Palomar. So Ronnie Harris out of Oceanside, California, showed us, well, that's what you do down there. If you're not playing baseball, maybe a little surfing. Got that balance going on out there in right field. Pop fly. Harris just says, I've got this one a little easier for me to get, and he hauls it in. So Cypress gets a couple runners on, but can't get anybody home. No runs on one hit, no errors, and 2 left on base. As we head to the top of the second, it's the Comets 0, the Chargers 0 here on Sportsnet, USA.net. Albert Robles, Ed Ford. Albert, I mean, I see you sitting there. I'm waiting for you to say something because I know you're a big baseball fan.
Slowly working on some technical difficulties here with Mr. Ed Ford, but I'll be chiming in from time to time.
Good. So, Albert Robles out here with me today. Albert and I don't sit too close to each other. He's got some Dodger blue on someplace on, and, you know, I wear the orange and black of the better San Francisco Giants.
The Dodger blue is very much represented on my keychain right now.
See, that's why I said we got to have a little separation during baseball, right?
There's still some mutual respect.
Yes, there is. Tanner Lappin will start it off for Palomar here in the second, playing first base. Then Devon Lindemann catching. And then batting third, out left field, Quincy Scott will be the third man up for Palomar. Takes the first pitch down. Moscaro, Honicol, Hakopian is out in the outfield. Carliner at first, Jackal at second, Rosales at short, Leifer over at third. Tostado behind the plate for the Chargers. Got the inside there. 1-2's the count. Little flick of the wrist. Easy little fly ball to right field, taken there by Hakopian for out number 1. So 1 up, 1 down. So Devon Lindemann comes up, batting .306 this season. .469 slugging percentage when you look at what he's doing. On base percentage of .382. Nice swing by a lefty, pulls it. Digging out in the outfield and playing well. Hakopian tracks that one down.
Yeah, Hakopian saw that one all the way. If he didn't, that was very easily could have gotten over his head, but kept an eye on it, tracked it down nice and easy.
Big ballpark out here, Albert, when you look at it. 335 down the line, 356 in the power alley and right. Then you go to dead center's 386.
Not only that, there's a lot of foul space for the defensive players to work with, especially behind the backstop.
Yeah, which will be getting changed in the next coming year. Quincy Scott's up right now. Scott playing left field for the Comets today. Batting .391 early in this season. Takes that one just off the plate. Albert, you look at the size of these young men, and I always get taken back because I'm such a short little guy. You know, then I look at them at the plate and I go, oh my gosh. Went swung through it. Did you play this game when you were growing up?
Not as good as these gentlemen, no. Like the furthest I ever played baseball was maybe through middle school. Then upon reaching high school, switched over to track, never looked back.
Well, we know these are very talented student athletes out here. That one, taking it a ball. That one just at the knees, called strike 3. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base for Palomar. As we head to the bottom of the second, it's the Comets 0, the Chargers 0 here on Sportsnet USA.net. Ed Ford, Albert Robles, and the old guy bringing you baseball today here on Sportsnet USA.net. Happy to be out here. Last night we saw the women from Cypress College end up winning and moving on to the playoffs. And of course, the big news in women's sports on the community college level, well, if you happen to be watching a local station, the community college in the, well, if I tell you where they're at, you'll know which one it is, so I might as well. In the Riverside area, has now problems out there because the women at Riverside City College have decided that Title IX is not being used properly on the community college level. That there's not equality between women's and men's sports. We'll see if that travels over to all community colleges. Here at Cypress, this is one of the better facilities you will see. I mean, you go across the street and look at Brad Pickler's facility, 9 state championships in softball. You come back over here, 5 state championships by Scott Pickler. And both upgrades going around like we saw the men and women. We called them this year on Charger Live and SportsNetUSA.net. So let's head to the bottom of the second inning. Nathan Jackal coming up out of Troy High School in Fullerton, California. Troy Tech, Troy Academy, Troy Intellectual. Well, that's how the high school is known over in Fullerton. Jackal swings through the first pitch. Yeah, I've had an association with Troy High School, so I know a little about them. Takes 2 in a row. Three pitches, 3 strikes, and 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Rosales. So Rosales coming up. Edgar Rosales fouls that one away. Edgar batting .326, slugging percentage .543. 15 hits so far this season. 7 doubles, 1 home run, 9 RBIs. He's struck out 11 times when he's come to the plate. Free swinger up at the plate with Rosales. And now Del Vecchio seems to have found his rhythm in this game. Right there. Right down Main Street. Oh, yeah, baby. I'm going to dish it up that sweet. You might as well just go to a delicatessen and find something else to eat on that pitch. Moscaro coming up. Met his grandfather a little earlier today at the field. Swings through the first pitch. Retired military man from the Air Force, 33 years in the military. Next pitch is in the dirt for a ball. 1-1 the count. 2 outs, nobody on. Only 1 hit in this game. That was in the first inning. Both teams starting off slowly. Maybe it's because it's an early game. Nice little off-speed pitch. Just froze him at the plate. 1-2, 2 out, nobody on. No runs in so far on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. Up the middle, just with eyes. Gets a base hit on that one. Just one of those ones that you look out there and you look and Hashimoto just reaches down the ball, says, you know what? I'm just going to jump your glove.
He definitely had the range to make that play, but it looked to have just take that just hop and just miss his glove. Didn't make contact with the glove at all, otherwise definitely would have been an error. Just an unfortunate play for him.
So the second base hit of the game by Cypress. That brings up the third baseman, Cade Leifer.
And a solid strike there, right down the middle, too.
From Edison High School. Swings through that one. So if you're Palomar, you just look now and say, we only given up 1 solid hit so far in this game. A seeing eye dog is the second hit. Runner goes, swung through. Ball goes to the backstop. Runner is safe and thrown out at third.
He had second base taken easily, but since the ball got so far away from the catcher, he thought he'd try to take third as well. But he seemed to hold up just a little bit, didn't take his force all the way, sliding into third and easily thrown out.
So, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. As we head to bottom of 2, we're sitting at 0-0. The Comets nothing. The Chargers nothing. Here on Sportsnet, USA.net. We'll see what happens with men's basketball here at Cypress College. They lost last night to Riverside. They really could have lined up their playoff selves if they'd have won, but they didn't happen to pull it off, so we'll see what happens. The OEC could take 6 teams, and if they do, Cypress College will be that number 16. Harvey, Larson, and Ellis will come up for the Comets. Kyle Harvey playing third base, and then he's followed by Larson, who's playing shortstop. Eric Larson at shortstop. And then that'll bring up Ethan Ellis, who is playing center field for the Comets today. So those are the 3 coming to the plate for the Comets here in the top of the third. Zero, 0. Here in the top of the third. Square to bunt. Takes that for a strike. The art of bunting. Well, you find it quite often in softball. Not as refined in the game of baseball. 2 in a row. 0-2 count.
And that bunt attempt had a little hacking action to it. Usually when you bunt, you kind of want to have a little dead bat. Couldn't quite even make contact with it, though.
0-2 count. Off the fist. Easy little chopper to Carliner over at first. Takes it himself for out number 1.
First base actually fed it to the pitcher there, so be 5-1.
Be 3-1.
3-1. Wait, crack. I'm losing track of my baseball positions here.
See, Dodger fan, Giant fan.
Had my corners flopped.
There we go. There we go. Larson comes on up for Palomar. Plays shortstop for the Comets. Fouls out one away. Big swing by him. Unleashed his turn. Eric batting .250. Slugging percentage of .563. An on-base percentage of him of .294. Early in the season, those numbers will change radically as the season goes on. Frozen at the plate. Nice pitch.
Just caught the inside corner.
1-2, 1 out. Here in the top of the third on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. Comets in gray and red. Scorched foul.
Great contact swing, but just a little early. Pulled that one foul.
See now, Albert, realize that if something's hit down the left field line, you have to scream as loud as you can, duck, 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 so I can see what's going on in the left field corner. Speaking of duck, lame duck, Corey Neyland just walked in behind me. Little chopper, taken, skidded, picked up, thrown over to first just in time. Nice play by Jackal over at second base. That could have been a tough one, Albert Robles.
Tough one, but stuck with it nonetheless.
So nice play as Ellis comes up. Ethan batting .289. Tries to drop a bunt, hits the line, kicks foul.
Definitely had the right idea to get on base. Put just a little too much contact on it, though.
So the Comets still searching here in the top of the third for their first hit of the game. Come close. Good defense by the Chargers so far. Down in the dirt, taken for a ball. 1-1. Both pitchers. You know, really, Albert, when you look at both pitchers, I mean, 2 hits by Cypress, but really both pitchers are in command in this game so far.
Very much so. And those hits from the Chargers were great hits down, I believe, to right field. Both hits went, but Chargers couldn't do anything with those hits. And the Comets have responded kindly to those hits as well.
2-1. Fly ball, right field, settling underneath it there. The Sycopian and pulls it in. So once again, 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, and absolutely nobody left on base. As we head for the bottom of the 3, well, we're knotted up at 0-0 here on Sportsnet, USA.net. You look at some of the faces up on the wall here at Cypress Field, besides having their 5 state championships. And look at some of the people that have played here. So, and that'll tell you what the program has been like. You know, not only has it been good for Scott Pickler, but it has been good for Brad Pickler. Here between the 2 brothers, 14 state championships, which is just amazing, you know, and you realize that even though on baseball they've only got 5 championships, they have had 11 Final Four appearances. So, you know, if Scott was chasing his brother, he'd have an opportunity because Scott has gone to the state finals or close to the finals on 11 different times. So It's a pitching duel so far in this game. As we go to the bottom of the third. Brings up Eddie Hakopian, who had a single to start off this game. Hit a ball down the right field line. Held to a single. Then stole second. Swings through that one.
Go, Dill, go to work.
He started things off. That started an inning off with two people getting on quickly, but Cypress couldn't do anything with it in the first. Nice. Take a little off of that, Albert Robles.
Take it off, they're right down the middle. Hitter couldn't do anything with that pitch at all. Did not see it coming.
0-2. One's in the dirt. So the lefty for Palomar said, okay, well, hey, you know, I gave you a little nibble now and then. Not going to give you the whole cake. You can taste it. That one just down and low. He's teasing people right now. You know, it's like that guy that's got that big, you know, chocolate cake and just giving little bites here and there. Driven deep into the alley. Nice backup on that. I thought it was going to go a lot further than it did. But Ellis goes back to get it and pull it in for the first out.
Yeah, and you love to hear that sound off the bat. Definitely makes it think like it's going to have all the power to go it down. But eventually that ball just died center field, saw it all the way into his glove.
Scott, Ellis, and Harris, the outfield for Palomar.
Go, Dill, go to work.
From left to right. Taken right up the middle. Hashimoto just says, let me make it look easy, which he does. So Bryson Hashimoto, little routine ground ball for an out.
And for Hashimoto, got to feel good about that play, especially missing the one in the previous inning.
Yeah, and he really didn't miss it. It just took that little, excuse me, hiccup bounce on him. So 2 up, 2 down quickly. Carliner comes up. Flood to left field his first time up. Young man, big swing, big stride. When you look at him come to the plate. Noah, 6'4", 225 pounds, a freshman. The physique you would like to see in a baseball player. Swings through that one.
Nice high and tight fastball there. Had him chasing.
1-2 count, 2 outs. 1-2 pitch. Deep breath, bringing it home. Just a little low. 2-2's the count.
And pitcher definitely has the right idea, trying to change the eye level of the hitter. Go high on one pitch, bring it low the next.
So 2-2 count. Carliner trying to get on base. Swings through that one for strike 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, and absolutely nobody left on base. As we're through 3, well, we're sitting at 0. It's the Comets 0, the Chargers 0, here on Sportsnet, USA.net. Ed Ford, Albert Robles, our guest, Corey Neyland, standing in the shade here on Sportsnet, USA.net. Don't forget, more softball. Not far around the corner, a little Chargers softball on Sportsnet, USA.net. And then over to Cerritos College. Yeah, Cody's got us lined up for a few. We'll be out there calling softball on Sportsnet, USA.net. Don't forget right now this week, too, it's Coaches versus Cancer. If you're one of those young men or young women that say, I'm healthy, everything's great, life is good, I have nothing to worry about, hey, take a time out. Go to your doctor. If you see anything a little suspicious on your skin, one of those discolorations that you just sort of laugh off, no, get it checked out. It could be, melanoma trying to find its way home. So check out, young men, young women, don't think you're invincible. You're like the rest of us. And the coaches understand that, and that's why it's coaches versus cancer this week on the community college level. Ronnie Harris comes back up. Monty grounded out his first time up in the first. So we head to the fourth, knotted at 0. So far, not even a scare in this game, Albert Robles.
Yeah, not much offensive threats from either team so far. Chargers had those 2 hits, but they're separated by a few innings.
Harris takes it up the middle for the first base hit of Palomar. So
and you always like to see that diving effort from the shortstop, but had no chance.
Well, you like what Harris did. The pitch is on the outside. He doesn't try and pull it. He goes with the pitch and takes it just to the left of second base. First hit of the game for Palomar. Brings up the talented second baseman for the Comets. Seeing if somebody's going to take off.
Always want to try to keep the runner honest.
Bryson Hashimoto. At a Santa Fe Christian. Another toss over to first base. Bryson hitting .313 for the season. Another throw over to first. So they're keeping Ronnie Harris close to the bag right now, Albert.
Harris with a nice lead off of first, but definitely leaning back towards first in an effort to avoid getting picked off.
2-0's the count. Working the pitcher. High tight. Says, I didn't really stretch this morning. That's okay. Throw it close to me. I'll show you got a little flexibility here at the plate. Moves a lot quicker than the 2 old guys at the table right now. Corey Neyland joining us here on sports@usa.net. Throw over back to first. So it's Albert Robles, Corey Neyland, and the old guy riding the bus right now.
Come on, boys.
Down and away. Hashimoto works his way on. Nice at bat.
Come on, Nate, do something cool here. Let's go 2-6.
So a good at bat as now Nathan Mills comes up. Designated hitter today.
Let's go, Nate.
Mills struck out his first time up. 2 on. No outs here in the top of the fourth. Infield in for the Chargers. Mills squares. Almost has the catcher. Diving down to make the big play there, and Tostado came close. Corey Neyland, almost. You go back with the bunt again?
Oh, yeah, there's only 1 strike. No balls, 1 strike. They got to come to you. And again, the lower that pitch is, the more opportunity they have to pop it up in favor of Cypress. So you got to make sure you get down on that ball.
We'll see if they square again. Runner at first and second. No out here in the fourth. Swings through the next one. So, Albert, I'm going to ask you, is this the time you might send your runners?
Well, with 2 strikes, definitely not worth trying to bunt it. I mean, if you think you can pull off a bunt, definitely want to try it down the first baseline and advance those 2 runners, and hopefully your next batter can actually drive them in.
Infield backs up for Cypress. 0-2 count. See if the runners are going. Check the runners. Check them again. They don't go. That one taken outside for a ball. Start the runners.
Not yet.
Okay. Corey Neyland doesn't have him running. Albert Robles doesn't have him running.
Not quite. And that pitch was definitely designed in case there were some runners. It was a nice straight high fastball outside. Not quite a pitch out, but definitely something for the catcher to work with.
You know me, I got him running. We'll see if they send him. Fouled away in the dirt. Struck can't go to first because the base is occupied. So he swings through it for the out. The ball is not handled. He tries to go, but realize the rule is if the base is occupied, you cannot go to that base because there's not a force out over at third. 1 down. Tanner Lappin comes up. Flew out to right field. His first opportunity. 2 on. So Palomar, similar situation as the Chargers had in the first. Got a base hit, followed with a walk, and the next 3 batters got out. We'll see if Palomar follows that sort of code of the day here in baseball. Game slowed down just a little. Back up. Dive. Knocked down at short, and they're going to hold him station to station. Another hit for Palomar. So now they've got 2 in this inning, and now the bases are loaded.
Well, what that play at short does for Rosales and Cypress is it keeps the runners at third. And it had an opportunity to score if it gets to left field. That could be the first run of the game.
And that's going to bring up Devon Lindemann, who flew out to right field his first time up. So a fly out to right will score you a run right now. Bases loaded, 1 out. Make contact, get it in the air, you get somebody home. Base hit will score you a couple. No place to put him. He looks over at the bench. Tries to see if there's anything on. Got the speed burner over at third base, Ronnie Harris. Harris, we'll see how far he comes down the line. Harris walks down. It's going to drop.
Just lands foul.
And it was slicing, and it kept on slicing, and that would have scored those 2 runs. And it looks like if it had stayed fair, it might have gotten to the wall. That could have been a bases clearing, at least extra base hit.
Breeze has changed directions. First it was at my back. Now it's in my face. You watch the way the flags are blowing. It's a crossing. Well, it looks like it's a crossing wind from right to left. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bases loaded here in the top of the 4th. Palomar trying to get on the board. Easy, fly ball to left. It's caught. They start Harris. Here he comes. Throw to the plate. He's in. So Harris comes in for the first run of the game. That brings up the left fielder for Palomar today, Quincy Scott. Quincy struck out his first opportunity in the second inning.
Go, Kip.
So the runner at third scores. The runners at first and second stayed at home on the sacrifice fly.
Baby, let's go, 40.
Give Lindemann an RBI on that one. Pitch in the dirt. So everybody's been playing around with possibly scoring. Palomar said, well, enough fooling around. It's time to actually get on the board, and they have here in the top of the fourth.
Right there for you.
Scott brings the foot back, takes it at the letters for a strike.
Let's go, Kip.
Quincy, 6'4" freshman out of San Marcos. Went to Mission Hills High School.
Let's go, 40.
2 outs. The runners, when they're moving, they'll be moving unless they're stopped by their coaches. That one at the knees for a strike. 1-2. So a little conversation. Probably, saying, hey, get up there, swing away. Anything good, anything on the ground, possibility of an error. Make them play defense is what most coaches will tell you. Put the pressure on your opponent on fielding that ball and throwing you out someplace. One, two, noise from Palomar. Yeah, they're close by. We're right by their dugout. They're looking for a hit. Straight back and self-defense, excuse me, save my soul. As over there, Andrew Coton said, I don't think so.
And that would have been a base hit if it gets by Coton. But again, you come off that mound ready to defend the play and makes a line drive catch.
1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. But finally, somebody gets on the board as we head to the bottom of the fourth. It's the Comets 1, the Chargers 0 here on Sportsnet, USA.net.
Well, with that little comebacker, one thing that I always like to see is pitchers defying that adage of, who says, pitchers can't play defense. Great defensive awareness coming off the mound.
Well, it all depends. If Ed Ford, Corey Neyland, or I were pitching just then, they'd all been saying, too bad those 3 old guys couldn't play defense.
Mark, if Ed, myself, and you were pitching, it would not be a 1-0 game, only 2 hits given up.
And they just said, I remembered when Corey used to pitch, would be the next statement.
It's like, yep, that was a great .1 of an inning.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, and Albert, you talked about playing. I mean, all 4 of us played the game. Every once in a while, you just have to get lucky enough to have the glove in the right spot. I mean, give them reflex action, but again, it's still glove in the right spot. So Palomar gets on the board. They're up 1-0, and all of a sudden, their pitcher is feeling comfortable on the mound. He's found a rhythm, and he's going to see if he can hold on to it as the catcher for Cypress College comes up, Mario Tostado. Mario flew out to right field his first time up. Takes the first one for a ball.
Came into the ball game batting .265. And a good solid play behind the dish, Mark.
Takes the next one for a strike. 0-2 is the count. Three pitches, 3 strikes. Oh, they had the board wrong. It's 1-2.
Nice little pitch on the outside corner.
Well, maybe I was a prognosticator. I was looking into the future on that one. As Tostado swings through that one. Designated hitter, Ryan White. Now coming to the plate out of Orange Lutheran High School. Takes that for a strike.
.321 coming into this game. 3 walks and 5 strikeouts this season.
Easy little fly to left field, taken there by Moscaro. Grandpa liked the way I said that, so he liked the way I say the name. He says nobody in the family says it that way, but he likes the way I say the name. That pitch gets away. So Nathan Jackal up. Jackal playing second base for Cypress today. Struck out his first time up. Batting .341. On base percentage of .383. And we'll have a quick discussion here. We're going to get Albert involved, being a Dodger fan.
Oh, here we go.
No, it's actually a just general baseball question. Jackal goes over to first. And that brings up Edgar Rosales. Edgar playing shortstop for the Chargers.
Come on, Dale, let's go on 3.
326.
Go, Dale, go to work.
Edgar leads the team in strikeouts with 11 coming into this game.
So you got to figure advantage mound in this at bat. Nothing close as he started him off with an outside.
Soft tossed over to first.
So with 1 home run on the season, you want to keep that to the outside, make him chase nothing good. As an aggressive hitter at short, here's Rosales. He has that 1 home run.
2 outs. Rosales deep in the box. Back foot on the back line when you look at him at the plate. Fouls that one away.
Let's go, Dylan.
So you got him 0-2 now, Mark, and now you look for something off the plate, off speed. Get out of the inning, try to get more runs on the board.
Yeah, and if you're going to throw that off speed, you got to make sure you jam it on the pitch. 0-2 pitch. That's foul.
Got away with that one.
Yeah, and Corey, again, if you're going to throw an off-speed pitch, you got to get it on somebody's hands so that if they do pull it, they're going to pull it foul. We'll try it again. 0-2, 2 outs, runner at first. Throw over to first. The Comets up by 1. They decided, well, you know, it's fun getting hits, but maybe if we add a run, we'll bring a little more suspense to the game. So that's what they did in the top of the 4th. Runner goes, ball's in the dirt. So we're going to give a stolen base on that one. You can hear him yelling to the outfield too. Depending on where the ball goes, you got to go track it down. Harrison right, Ellis in center, Scott in left for the Comets. In the dirt, picked up, throw over to first, and that's going to get him for strike 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, with 1 left on base through 4 complete innings of play. It's the Comets 1, the Chargers 0, here on Sportsnet, USA.net. Guys, you and I have had this discussion, so now I'm getting Albert involved. Albert?
Yes, sir.
Is on-base percentage, that is what should be counted instead of batting average, or should we look at batting average? There's a disagreement between 2 of the guys that are standing here right now.
In what context?
Well, what should represent you as a hitter? On-base percentage or batting average?
That's really a tough one. Like a batting average just really represents, the at-bats that you've taken, not necessarily a whole. Because batting average, really, you got to look at both. I really don't know how to respond to this.
Okay, Corey, give me your 5 cents.
Well, the batting average, I still feel the batting average is the key, because that means you're hitting, you're producing, you're getting, and you're allowing your team to get runs. Yes, on-base percentage is where Mark goes, because he feels walks are just as good as a hit. However you can get on base, you get on base, and that's all perfectly well and fine. But you can have a batting average of 343. Your on-base percentage is 350. Well, that on-base percentage, if you're batting over 300, your on-base percentage should be at least 100 points higher. But I feel with the batting average, you're producing more runs.
Yeah, Corey's right. I like on-base percentage for a batter. As Kyle Harvey is going to start it off for Palomar.
Come in averaging 385.
Takes that one down to the dirt.
5 hits and 13 at-bats coming into this game, with 1 double, 1 RBI.
And see, here's a good example. Kyle Harvey batting 385, but on base percentage 467. Off the fist, easy little hop, throw over to first. Nice pitch and catch taken there by Jackal, and an easy out. So Eric Larson comes up. Grounded out to second, his first time up.
4 hits and 16 at-bats. 1 walk, 1 strikeout in limited action early on in this season.
That one skips in for a ball. 2-0. So pitching has been dominant enough in this game for both teams that they've had opportunities. Next pitch, down and away. We're going to get a little conversation at the mound right now.
And that's something you don't mind for either squad, with if pitching can take the front wheel or take the wheel in this game, because like you said yesterday when we were out of Cypress College basketball, the 21-17 game Cypress had, Palomar's coming in with the win, 6-3 win, 7-6 loss, 11-8 win. So if pitching can get on track for one of these squads, first 12 games of the season, that's just 1/3 of the season. That may get you going.
Well, and the thing is, too, when you talk about pitching, you want to find that pitcher, Albert, in your lineup that you can count on right now.
Every good team needs to have that guy that you can rely on.
Yeah, it's true in baseball and softball. 1 or 2 deep.
Yeah, Del Vecchio is looking for his first win for Palomar.
Larson goes back in. Went to Sage Creek High School in Carlsbad. Works his way on.
Let's go 2-7. Come on, 2-7.
That last pitch is a little bit too outside and a little bit too on the dirt to make the hitter worth chasing it.
Ethan Ellis comes up now, playing center field for the Comets. Ethan flew out to right. They go back.
Come on, boys, come on.
A little more noise from Palomar. A little quiet over at Cypress College. They know right now they're in a dogfight for this one. Both teams with 2 hits in this game. Ellis off balance, takes that for a strike.
And with Colton on the mound, Mark, he's 0-2 this season. I think the word came down to from Palomar's coaching staff to be a little bit more patient.
Throw to first. Not close. Larson easily back. Wide stance for Ellis. Back foot on the back of the plate, strides through. Just a short little stride when you look at the size of his stance when he gets up there. And it could be the stance is so wide so you don't want to overswing. You don't want to be behind your stride. Taking your swing, that's the same feeling as being behind your swing in golf. You drag your hands in. 0-2. High and away. Tried to put a little extra on that one.
Gonna say it looked like he was pressing.
1-2. 1 out. Runner at first. 1-0 lead for the Comets. Looking to add on to that here. See if the runner goes. They go back. Runner doesn't.
Go 2-7.
So we'll see if Larson's leaning. Eric could take off on any second. We'll see if the Big E takes off at first. He doesn't. And Corey, when you look at the last swing of Ethan Ellis, his hands hesitated and then he swung.
He got fooled.
Okay.
Yeah, he was fooled on that pitch. It was a nice pitch by Coden. It was a curveball, Mark, as he threw Heath the last 2 pitches.
Trying to turn 2. Throw, pulls the, oh, they call the runner out at second. Boy, howdy. I thought the throw was off the base and the defender got pulled.
And we may got a replay on that. And, you know, it looked like he was pulled from the bag. But, you know, in baseball, those rules that are not rules that are allowed.
So it looked like it from our replay that he was pulled off the bag?
Yeah, well, It looked live too. But, yeah, he definitely looked pulled from the bag. But, again, that's one of those things in baseball you hear. Near the bag, you're out.
Well, ball beats runner, runner's out.
Yeah.
Michelangelo could have chiseled that one. That was so obvious.
Ed Ford's got that one in stone, doesn't he?
Yeah, he was, you know, just a missed call by the umpire.
So our replay showed us that the runner was safe at second base. Chargers say thank you to blue. Well, they're wearing blue. Why shouldn't they thank blue? Ronnie Harris comes up, swings through that one.
Let's go, one.
He came across the score, the only run of the game, on a sacrifice fly to left field.
And that RBI was credited to Lindemann when he came up.
226 is his average, 242 on base percentage. But more importantly, with a player like Harris, that for him, on base percentage mark is more important because he's got so much speed.
Let's go, Ronnie.
For him.
Back.
Toss over at first, not in time. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs.
Let's go, one.
1-0. 2 hits for both teams. Yeah, they've had opportunities. Harris takes it back up the middle to second. Easy fielder choice there.
See, now that play at second was out.
Keen eyes by the youngster. No runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. As we head to bottom of 5, Corey Neyland. It's an exciting 1-0 game between the Comets and the Chargers from Cypress College.
And you go back to that missed call by the umpire. Sometimes you have to appreciate missed calls because, and what I mean by appreciate, accept them because that's all part of the game. And anybody that's played the game of baseball, you see nobody was too upset because near the bag, on the bag, the game of baseball, that unwritten rule, you live with it.
Well, you did see the coaches from Palomar look at each other like, should we even go argue it? Because they figured they know what the answer would be.
Yeah, because, you know, they've had that benefit, their team, you know, countless times. And if you have played the game, that's just one of those things that you're not going to argue too fiercely about.
Yeah, you know it was there. You know that the play at second base, but if you're a manager, you're going to say it's going to even out. So Cypress just saying, you know, we're just cruising along. It's a nice Saturday. There's a lot of people at the college. Great turnout for the baseball game.
And really a beautiful day as well.
Yeah, Albert, you're absolutely right. It's gorgeous outside.
You know, lately we've been dealing with some colder weather, but, you know,
Go, 1-3.
nice no jacket weather today.
That's it. I agree with you. So Del Vecchio holding on to a 1-0 lead. Throws it right on the corner.
And Nick Moscaro, guys, is a player who can get you back into the game with one swing of the bat. 3 home runs already.
Nick pulls it foul. Sort of looked at that first pitch and said, I don't know, you're widening out the plate here. Here in the bottom of 5.
Let's go, Dill, right here.
Nick out of El Medina High School in Orange, California. Takes strike 3.
You're doing 1-3, go to work. Let's go, Dill.
El Medina was known as a powerhouse one time in Orange County in football and baseball.
Yes.
And that pitch on the replay just froze the hitter right down the middle. Couldn't do anything about it for that strike 3.
It's one where you just shake your head, Albert, and walk away.
Let's go, 1-3.
So Cade Lafer from Edison High School from Huntington Beach, California is here.
359, 490 on base, 14 hits. It's going to be second on the team.
Oh, nice little pitch. Just slow it up just a little.
Okay,
Watch
little
out for that speed bump.
shaky leg on that one. That right leg buckled just a little.
Down and away for a ball.
Go, Dill.
Cade struck out his first time up. Takes that one off the plate. Three and two, one out. Fouls it off. Looking to get on any way you can. Lappin at first, Hashimoto at second, Harvey at third, Larson at short, Delvecchio on the mound for the Comets. Fly ball, easy little backup. Harris says, thank you very much, and takes that for out number 2. So Hakopian comes back up. Got a base hit to start the game, stole second, then flew out to center in the 3rd inning. Hakopian looking to get on base.
Beautiful curveball.
Delvecchio just taking a walk in the park right now, just relaxing. Looking at the old guy and said, let me show you how easy it is to pitch. Throw a curveball, throw a fastball, throw an off-speed pitch. See, now if he'd have been listening to me, it'd have been 3 strikes. He came back with another fastball. That just shows you. Didn't you see my sign from over here? Taken deep in the hole. Set the back foot. Not there. Nice play as Rosales goes deep. As Larson goes deep in the hole and just couldn't make the play. So Larson over at short. And his back foot slid on the play. Not saying he would have gotten the runner anyway.
No, he wouldn't have got him running because it had to make that second bounce mark. It was an in-between bounces. That the first one thought it was high enough to come to him, but he did have to let that second bounce come. And then after that second bounce, there's no way to get the runner.
Honicle walked in the first, grounded out to second. Luke Honicle out of Servite High School in Anaheim. 6-footer. Bats left-handed, throws right-handed. And I've often felt that if that happens where somebody throws right-handed but bats left-handed, it's just because they feel comfortable doing that. They're sort of like this strange anomaly.
It's just natural, Mark.
Runner goes. The Ephus throw goes to first as the ball slips out of his hand.
Go get him, Dylan.
Can hear everybody go, oh. So that goes down as a stolen base. Second of the game for him.
And the throw down wouldn't have got him out anyway.
Well, he can't assume that it would have, so.
Well, he had a great jump.
Oh, lined up. Doesn't get the call.
Great pitch. Just missed that inside. Just missed that inside corner.
Delvecchio looks into the plate and says, excuse me, I ordered a double patty, not a single. Three and one, 2 outs, runner in scoring position. Same pitch this time. Even it out. I give it to you once. I won't give it to you till the next time. 3 and 2.
Yeah, same pitch, but much better location this time.
3-2 pitch. 2 outs. Tying run at second. A little flare into left field. Taking an easy one out there in left field as I thought it might drop, but Scott got to the ball in time. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base as we head to the top of the 6th. It's all Comets. Well, so far it's all Comets here on Sportsnet, USA.net.
And what's interesting about those last 3 pitches from Delvecchio, he thought he got the strike on the inside part of the plate on the off-speed pitch. He comes back, and as Albert mentioned, throws the exact same.
My mom's listening to it. She said, you do such a great job. She's like, let's hire him. We're Nick Moscaro's. I'm Nick's mom. So that was very nice.
Oh, I actually met
Nick
the grandfather.
Yes. My
Yes,
dad let me hire
yes. Him and I talked before the game.
Yes, thank you.
Retired Air Force man.
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
retired airlines.
Oh, airlines. I thought it was Air Force. And do you have another son that plays for the #1 basketball team in the nation?
No.
Oh, I thought he said he went to a baseball game last night. And
Oh, we
won.
did because my brother went to Gonzaga. So, but baseball, but yes, they're the #1 basketball.
Okay. I only said that because that's my basketball
Oh,
announcer.
okay.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for being here. This is great. We need something like this.
There you go. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, her and
So-
her dad and I were talking. He walked by. He's an older guy like me, and he said, "Great day." And then we started talking. He was forced to retire, and he didn't want to. And we talked about having fun, and then he brought up Gonzaga. He was there yesterday, and I thought he told me it was a relative.
Oh, okay.
Did they hand you any money? So let's get back to the baseball game.
And I wanted to go back to Delvecchio. The last 3 pitches he threw, Mark, the same exact pitch in both locations. On the inside, didn't get the strike. Then he got the strike, as Albert mentioned, with the better placement.
Hashimoto takes that low.
And then he comes back with the same exact pitch on the inside part of the plate, like you suggested, jammed the hitter, and got him for the 3rd out. So we want to thank Nick Moscaro's mom for coming over, and glad you're enjoying the game.
Hashimoto puts a little heat into it. It's going to get to the wall. It's goodbye. Bryson says, "Oh, yeah, guys, see that camera out there? I'm just trying to hit it." And he almost came away with Albert Robles going, "Oh, no, not my camera," as Bryson put some shock into that ball.
And you saw,
And taking a look on the replay, center fielder had no chance to chase that ball down. Tracked it all the way deep towards center. Ed Ford doing great camera work, but just sails right over that yellow tape.
And he extended arms fully. It was low at the knees and crushed it for Hashimoto. That is his 2nd home run of the season, his 11th RBI.
Textbook follow through.
Come on, baby!
So that brings up Shea Larrabee, who's now coming up. Shea drops it down, tries to get it. Nice opportunity trying to get a bunt, just can't get it down far enough out there. So Shea Larrabee gets the first out as he drops a bunt. Tanner Lappin is now up. Lappin comes up. Takes that for a strike. So Lappin in this game flew out to right. Then got a base hit in the 4th. Takes that one on the back. Takes it like my dad used to say, Albert. He takes it for the team.
He had no choice. And he just got away from Colton and meeting at the mound. We'll see if that's his final batter faced.
So in other words, is that like falling off a ladder for sports.usa.net? You're taking one for the team? You just have to?
A little bit like that's a part of the game. I mean, it's definitely not the hit that he wanted, but it's a hit that they needed. And it's another little bump up to your precious on-base percentage.
hey, get on base any way you can.
Yeah.
So it looks like we're going to have a pitching change.
And it looks like it's Sebastian Diaz.
Corey Neyland gets that right, so Diaz is now on the mound.
And this is his first appearance this year.
Scoot gives up 2 earned runs in this game. The runner on base belongs to him. He could end up with 3.
Oh, sorry about that. Excuse me. Not his first appearance this season, guys.
Devon Lindemann coming up out of Canyon Lake. Temescal Canyon?
Yep.
Is that how I say it? Wow, I've been right with all the names from Cypress when I had to go through my vernacular reworking the jaws. Because you know I'm such a quiet guy. I'm shy. It's hard for me to get to know people.
Mr. Never Met a Stranger. So Diaz, this is his 5th appearance this season, 8 innings pitched. He's given up 5 hits, 4 runs, all earned. Just struck out 14, walked 5. He's got an earned run average of 4.50.
So Lindemann got the first RBI in this game for either team. The first RBI for Palomar today on a fly out. The runner scored on it. So you give him that sacrifice fly and an RBI. They held on to that till Hashimoto said, well, if we're going to hit one, let's make it exciting, which he did. And he took it deep, right out there by almost where our camera was when you think about it. About 380. So Lindemann comes out. He flew out to right, flew out to left. But like I said, that was on a sacrifice. The runner scores. So he gets an RBI today. That was the first RBI of the game. And Del Vecchio's been hanging on to it. Diaz now on the mound for Cypress. Lindemann holds up, just keeps it in tight for just a second. Thought I might see a little more running in this game, Albert. Next pitch swung through. So Devlin, the big catcher, 6 feet tall, freshman. Looking at that 385. Down that line there, Albert, is wide open in right field. He can catch up to Diaz's pitch and pull it. Everybody's running. Off the plate. 1 and 2's the count. 1 out. Runner at first. Palomar up by 2. Both teams with 3 hits in this game. The difference, Palomar's got those 2 big runs here in the 6th. High and tight. Snap throw to first. Not in time. Nice throw from behind the plate. You got to like what Tostado did on that one. A nice snap throw because he's using the lefty as a disguise. You can't see it if you're the runner at first base that he's going to throw down there. Two, 1 out. Runner doesn't go. Pitch is high and away. 3 and 2, 1 out. Okay, guys, you're running him.
3 and 2 count.
1 out.
On 1 out, I'd do it, yeah.
Albert's for it. I'm for it.
Fastball pitcher here. They need a strike. I'm not sure if I send him.
Okay, Corey Neyland keeps him there. We'll see what happens. 3-2, 1 out. Does the runner go? In the dirt. If it was a clean throw to first, they might have had him because he was leaning. So Lindemann almost said, yeah, I'm going. I'm listening to the old guy in Albert Robles. I'm taking off. I'm going to show you my speed. We'll see if that happens now. 3-2, 1 out. Is he still leaning? He was again, Corey Neyland. He was leaning twice in a row. See if he takes the same lead. See if it's shortened his lead. He takes a bigger lead. 3-2 with a bigger lead over at first. Ball 4.
So again, new pitcher needs to throw a strike in there to get the batter out. You want to wait on that pitch. You don't want to sacrifice your runner at first base by sending them. He throws a strike, he throws a strike, you swing away, you got another attempt if you foul it off. This way you get 2 runners on base with a walk.
And Quincy Scott comes up. 2 runners on, 1 out. 2-0 Palomar. Del Vecchio pitching a good one for the Comets. Quincy Scott just needs to get it in play. Swings through that first one.
13 RBI leads the team.
Lappin at second, Lindemann at first. Comets like to get run number 3 here in the 6th. 0-1. Diaz brings it. Fouled away. Catches a little of blue. I always love how they look at the mask, you know? It's like, you know.
And guys, it'll be interesting if he shortens his swing here with 0-2 with the runner in scoring position. Got 2 long barrel leading swings on the first 2 pitches.
So we'll see if he takes Corey Neyland's advice. 0-2.
Well, we've seen 2 back-to-back fastballs. 1 taken, 1 tipped. Maybe throw a little off speed, catch him off guard.
See if he takes Albert's advice. 0-2 pitch. Takes the runner back. Take it up through the hole. They stop right there. So Corey, he did. He took your advice, shortened his swing, got a base hit, and now bases are loaded.
So a good piece of hitting by Scott. Got the pitch he wanted, and it's surprising it was another pitch. It was another fastball down the plate. But again, not quite long. Wanted to make sure he got the ball in play.
So that brings up Kyle Harvey. So Harvey's coming up. Grounded out. We're going to get conversation up on the mound. So Palomar gets the big home run in this inning by Bryce Hashimoto. And I mean, it was, Albert, it wasn't a short home run. It was a home run.
Definitely not a wall scraper, not quite a no-doubter, but there was no chance it was staying in the park.
Which that gets them out there with the wind blowing out. Now they've got the bases loaded, and Cypress, who's only got 3 hits in this game and really hasn't made any challenge against Del Vecchio on the mound, needs to find a way to get out of this inning.
Very much so. And, you know, baseball is notably a game of adjustments. And like the previous hitter made the necessary adjustments that Corey suggested, turned up a swing, got a base hit. He's already keyed into your fastball. You need to be able to adjust your pitches to throw off the hitter's rhythm.
So we'll see if Diaz takes Albert's advice. As Kyle Harvey steps in, bases loaded, 1 out, 1 run in. Fly ball scores number 2. Throw to third, trying to catch the runner sleeping, maybe just sneaking down the line a little. Can't do anything with that. Infield in at the corners. Double play depth at second and short. If it goes up the middle, they'll try and turn 2. Ball in the dirt. If it gets hit to third or first, they should come home with the play. That's if they can't step on a bag and then come home. Carliner will not be stepping on the bag at first. Well off at first. He's gone behind the bag now. That one down and away. So a little surprised. I thought the corners would really come in tight at first and third, but
Different game, Mark.
yeah, backed up. Very deep at second and short. Looking to turn those two to get out of this inning. Hoping for the double play. Hoping for Harvey to hit it to someone. Takes that one low. 3-0. Harvey digs his foot in on the back line.
And all three pitches so far have hit low targets, definitely trying to induce a ground ball, but just can't quite find the zone.
Takes that one. Says, thank you. How do you do? Okay, that's your strike zone. 3-1. See if he takes two in a row. Make him throw a strike. 3-1. Fouls it off. Oh, big swing.
And if you're Harvey, you might want to just let that one go. 3 balls, 1 strike. You hopeful it's high. And then you come back.
Swung around towards left field. Huge area in right.
But again, Mark, they're going inside.
3-2. Ball 4. And another run scores.
So, Mark, for us baseball people who don't know, would that count as an RBI for Harvey?
Yes. Yeah,
Why?
it is. It's an at-bat, but he took the walk to get it in. Even though it's not an at-bat that counts because he walked, it still is an RBI. So you would give him technically no at-bat, but an RBI when you scored the game.
That's why Mark's other nickname is the Professor.
Larson comes to the plate. Eric Larson's up there. And Eric Larson says, well, I got hit by a pitch.
Now, does that count as an RBI?
So back-to-back runs batted in.
No,
Right, now listen to this one, Mark.
No, it doesn't count as an RBI.
Why?
And the reason behind it is even though you don't give a pitcher an error, errors normally don't come to pitcher, it's still thought of as the same way that nobody was earned to get on base. He didn't walk, he didn't get a hit, he didn't earn his way on base. So one gets an RBI for the walk, one doesn't get an RBI because he gets hit by a pitch. I don't know, I'd give it to both of them if I was doing it, but you know.
No, I appreciate that.
I mean, taking it right off the shoulder blade, you think
I
he
tell
earned
you,
it.
Yeah, you would think that they would say, yeah, that counts as an RBI. Why not? I've got a big bruise back there that says RBI on my back.
Yeah, because we get more questions about rules, and Mark is a perfect person to tell you the rules and what's happening. As the new pitcher for Cypress is going to be Carson Frazier, 6 feet out of Temecula Valley High School. But again, it's good to know these things.
Well, see, and pitchers really do have a lot of leeway compared to
Yeah.
everybody else, you know. And just so if you go back, Colton Scott, Diaz came into this inning.
So I actually have a little bit of a correction here for you, Mark. So a hit by pitch does
Okay.
count as a run batted in.
Oh, it does?
It does. However, where a run batted in is not counted is on a wild pitched, a pass ball, a balk, or a steal of home.
Well, thank you, Professor Junior.
That is according to Baseball Reference.
Ah,
All right.
what do they know?
They only keep track of everything in the game.
It's like I said, what do they know? How long they been around?
Not longer than you.
See, now I can't say anything the rest of the game. Listen, you ruined it. You're supposed to say that to me off the air. Ed Ford's bringing over the case. He's going to push the button. I'm going to disappear.
And this is why I never give you your right.
Nathan Ellis comes up there.
And it'll be interesting if the Palomar bats are swinging.
Pitch taken for a strike. So I want to thank Albert Robles for making the correction. When I played, I don't think that was the rule. Swings are. See, I can go back so far, nobody can find those records.
Excuse.
No, that's a Tommy Lasorda. Ellis takes that in the dirt. Base is still loaded. 1 out. Comets are looking to rip this one open. 2-2 count. 1 out.
And guys, when you look at Frazier, this is his 6th appearance. He's 1-0. 7 1/3 innings pitched thus far. 6 Ks, 5 walks.
Gonna go up the middle. 1 in, 2 in. As they take it back up the middle. And now the Comets are controlling the game.
And that's simply a good piece of hitting. As you saw it there, going back up the middle with a good piece of hitting, because that was ball 4. So he drops down, goes after it, and doesn't try to pull the ball.
Also a really big hit in the inning, too, because until then, the only big hit was that one from Hashimoto that went over the fence. The previous runs that got in only because of ineffective pitching by the walks and the hit by pitch.
Ronnie Harris back up to the plate. So they've hit around for the Comets. Harris looks at that, takes that high and away. Well, it's a different perspective of the game sitting down here in a chair. I can't see anything. Harris off the fist. That's going to go foul. A little overcast coming in now. Air temperature changing. Harris looks. 2-1. Off the plate. So the plate has started to shrink for the Cypress pitchers.
It's what happens when you start to press. And by the way, for Ellis, that's his 9th and 10th RBI of the season.
Next one in the dirt. Bases are loaded again. Five runs in this inning.
And you've got the scorebook over there, Mark, but I believe that's at least the 3rd walk this inning.
You know, when you're right once, do you notice how you keep talking? You find out you're right all the time. Albert's on a roll here. He's 2 for 2.
He might have the new title.
Batting 1,000.
Hashimoto, who launched one. To change the complexion of this game easily.
And with one out and the bases loaded, I'm swinging out of my shoes.
0-2 count. Takes that low.
And that's a good eye. But still, in today's game, I'm still swinging out of my shoes right now.
That pitch looked like it belonged more in cricket hitting just before the plate in the dirt.
6 runs, 5 hits for the Comets. Hashimoto hits it. Quick flip to second. Thrown in the dirt. And 2 more runs are going to score.
Now, since we've got an RBI theme here, Mark, does that count as 2 RBIs?
You can't assume a double play. You can never assume a double play. Now, does he come in and score because it's a bad throw? Or does he come in and score even if the throw was made to first and they didn't get the runner, is the question.
That was a bad throw, and that's why he came in to score the second run. How would you score the...
Try to steal a base on that. And hit. So, 7 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, and nobody left on base. As we head to the bottom of 6, it's the Comets up by 8. It's the Comets 8. Cypress College 0 here on Sportsnet, USA.net.
So go back to that play, Mark. So the second run is definitely unearned. You don't get an
It's
RBI
unearned,
on that.
yes.
Now, how do you score that first run?
The first run you give an RBI.
Okay. So would it be a fielder's choice RBI?
It's a fielder's choice
Fielder's
RBI.
choice.
Okay.
Yes. But you can never assume a double play. So if I get an initial out, but I throw the ball in the dirt and the guy doesn't, you'd still call it an error, but you can't assume that the double play would happen.
Mm-hmm.
Look that up in your notes. And if they say any different, you need to get rid of that app.
No, I just like the explanation, because baseball is a long game, and it gives you something to talk about, but it gives you something, and this is why we love the sport of baseball. Not only is it historic, but it's educational as well.
Oh, it is. It is. I mean, look at the social value of baseball, the social attitude of baseball. If we go all the way back to the days of Jackie Robinson and what it started the conversation, most people would ignore what used to happen, but Jackie comes along in your Dodger organization and changes social attitude in the world. So Carlander comes here in the bottom of the 6th. Got to find an answer. Got to find a base hit right about now. Takes that one high and away. Carlander flew out to left, struck out his previous 2 times up. Swings through that one.
And
Kiss it goodbye as he hits it, and it just sort of floated out there.
And here's your replay.
dug down, got that one. Pitch was low and outside, but still managed to get a bat on it. Just over the road to the next level sign in deep left field. And immediately went into a slow trot around the bases. He knew he got that instantly.
So that brings up Mario Tostado catching today. Takes that one low. See, this is what happens when you're 4'3". Everybody stands up to watch you. You can't see over their hats. I need to just look at Albert on all those and let him call him.
And Del Vecchio is pitching bullets, but other than the previous 2 hits, that homer is really the only mistake he's made so far today.
Big hop. Needs a quick throw over to first in time. Nice play made out there by Larson at short for Palomar. So Eric waits for the big hop and then shows big arm to get the out.
Larson's a quality shortstop and knows his strengths, because an ordinary shortstop would try to rush that first bounce and come up and charge, but he knows the strength he has in his arm, so waits on that second bounce, sets his feet so he gets ready to launch.
Ryan White comes up, takes a strike, and then swings through that one. Just off the plate. White looks at it, takes that one in the dirt. Del Vecchio with a comfortable lead. 8-1, just needs to pitch, doesn't need to overthrow. Del Vecchio takes a deep breath, brings it home. Off the plate, 3-2. So Ryan White out of Orange Lutheran trying to work his way to first base. Fouls it off. It's a pole, not a car, that everybody else can breathe in relief. Says, oh, thank goodness it wasn't mine. 3-2, 1 out. White called on a check swing. And they said, no, you went around. So he strikes out on that one. So White strikes out. And that brings up Nathan Jackal out of Troy High School. 5'11", 175-pound freshman. Fouls that one off. First strike. Swings through the next one. Yeah, bios on players, and it seems like every player I go to my bio section, that's the one guy that didn't do a bio. Two strikes, 2 outs. Fouled away.
I will say Cypress does do a good job.
They do.
Of letting people know who their players are, what their players are about.
They've got a great athletic department here, no doubt about it. Wes and Brett do a superb job with the sports out here. Jackal swings right through that. So 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. As we head to number 7, it's the Chargers 8, the Comets 1. Oh, it's the Comets 8, the Chargers 1, here on sports.usa.net. Well, I was trying. I thought I'd slip a victory in there for, Cypress right now.
And speaking of victories, we saw a basketball victory last night at Don Johnson Court as Cypress closed out the women's basketball season on a winning note, 9-3 in the OEC, ready for the CCCAA playoffs. And on the men's side, they lost at Riverside 92-72. And so we'll see about their playoff future, but they should get into the playoffs as maybe an at-large team.
Yeah, and speaking about other teams, we'll be doing a little Cypress College softball later this year. And, of course, we're going to go over and see Cody over at Cerritos College and do a little Cerritos College softball here on Sportsnet USA.net. East LA got anything around the corner? I know Albert's associated with East LA.
I know the women's and men's teams are for sure in the playoffs. I believe the women, well, last I checked, the women were ranked 5th. And last night, they defeated the Vikings of Long Beach City College by a score of 72-58. And I believe the record for LBC now is 21-7, 21-8, roughly. And ELAC finished 20-7 on the season. So really good seasons for both teams. I thought it was going to be a nail-biter all the way through last night. But East LA, they turned on the Jets in the second half by shooting over 50% in the third quarter and shooting 58% in the fourth to close it out. So they were firing on all cylinders to close out last night's game going into the playoffs for next week.
Yeah, Corey and I have talked about them being in the playoff hunt along with Moore Park in your area. So a new pitcher on the mound. Ryan Brown is now on the mound for Cypress.
Hot sticks on 1 club, boys, get the energy. Let's go, Sticks. All shade boy, here we go.
Larrabee hits it over. Easy little drop of the leg there by Jackal. It goes over to first for the first out. So Lappin, who flew out to right, got a base hit. They got hit by a pitch. He's earned his keep today if he's being a Comet. A little bit of everything. Ryan Brown, deliberate. Brings it home. Comes over that one, doesn't get the call on that.
Santa Fe product there. Mark has a 6th appearance and 9 innings pitched. 3.86 earned run average.
That one's high and away to Lappin. Says, you know what, I'll get on every way possible today. Got my base hit, got hit by a pitch. Maybe I'll take a walk this time. No, I decided it's better to just drive it deep into center field, which he does. So Devon Lindemann now comes up. Float to right. Float to left, which was the first RBI of this game, then walked in the 6th. We'll see what he does here in the 7th. So Palomar basically said, hey, we're going to take control of this game last inning, which they did. Put a big 7 runs. Started off with Bryce Hashimoto just clobbering the ball. I mean, you know, he put a little spit on it and said, fly, baby, fly, which it did. And then the rest of the team just followed in suit as they batted around and scored 7 runs here in the 6th inning.
Let's go, Dev. Go ahead, I'm babe. Let's go, Dev, right here, babe.
1-1 the count. 1 out. Runner at first. Really nice turnout by everybody today. coming in here on a beautiful Saturday afternoon to watch community college baseball here at Cypress College. The home of 5 state championships. Then you add on the brothers' 9. 14 rings. I don't have that many fingers, do I? Ball in the dirt. No throw to second.
I'd give it to him.
To me, it looked like it hit him on the foot, but sure, he's let him at bat still.
So we're going to add a stolen base for Lappin.
And even though Palomar has not won a state championship, it's one of those programs that are always consistent and always competitive.
Well, it's interesting. You always hear about the LA teams on the community college level. You will hear about 1 or 2 Orange County teams on the community college level. And then it disappears.
Well, you've got Grossmont, Mark.
Yeah, well, yeah, Rosemont.
They won one.
See, everything south of Anaheim is San Diego.
That was a good geographical lesson we had one day. So another walk given up by a Cypress pitcher.
And that brings up, once again, Scott, who listened to Corey Neyland and said, I'm going to shorten my swing. That makes a lot of sense.
And again, Mark, with the new pitcher, here's where you take the first couple pitches and you try to drive them.
Just drops in there for a base hit. Should be station to station. We'll see if there's a throw to third. Not in time, so another base hit for Palomar.
And it's a good piece of hitting by Scott and a good piece of coaching by the coaching staff because you have a new pitcher struggling in the ball game. You know with runners in scoring position, they want to put the ball in play. So they're going to give you something close to the plate with a good eye. You go ahead and swing at that first pitch and see what you can do with it.
Kyle Harvey comes in. So he got an RBI last time up on a walk.
Palomar looking to have a repeat of the previous inning right now.
This game was moving along until Corey Neyland showed up.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Corey.
We know he is always the run slower downer when it comes to baseball.
My speed has left me.
Hang it up, deep the hole, flip to second for 1, back to first in time.
Nice and easy double play, just exactly what Cypress needed to get out of that inning.
6-4 to 3 if you're scoring us at home.
And you see the replay there. Again, both of these shortstops are not in rushes to make the play because they're aware enough that we have time to make the play.
Very cool, calm, and collected.
No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. As we head to the bottom of 7, it's all Palomar. It's the Comets soaring over the horizon and the Chargers chasing them from behind. We'll see if the Chargers can answer here in the bottom of the 7th on SportsNetUSA.net.
Are we still Cypress Charger Live? No. Because I didn't know how they worked that with the basketball and the baseball and the softball team.
They asked.
Oh, okay.
They would like it that way.
They were, okay.
I thought Albert was getting up to dance for a second.
No, I'm good.
This song has almost as many hits on YouTube as Cypress College baseball and softball have state championships. I should not have referenced that. And it speaks to the Cypress program, guys. Their first championship in 1991, their last championship in 2013. But again, 91, 94, 97, 2003, 2013, that speaks to longevity. That speaks to an existence of people wanting to come to your school to play quality baseball and then beyond. You've talked to the coaches many, many times, Mark, about them moving players on to the next level.
Well, that's really the challenge for everybody here, is getting into the next level educationally, because they are student athletes. And it was interesting, I was talking to some of the coaches, because they said, hey, we don't really think about sending anybody to the pros. We think about getting them to a good D1 school.
And that's one of those things that really think makes them better baseball players, because it's not a focus or a pressure that they have to deal with about we have to be a pro player.
Yeah, exactly. As Edward Rosales comes up.
And what it does, if they happen to be pro players, that's just icing on the cake.
So Trent Lopez now in the game for Palomar on the mound. Big young man, a lot of speed out there. Del Vecchio, beautiful ball game today for the Comets.
1 earned run, 4 hits.
Kept Palomar in control on the mound. Fly going over deeply. Nice little back up and trapping it down in right field is Harris as he goes back there and gets it. And you like the angle he took. Again, Corey, you talk about never being in a panic. That's the same with an outfielder where you know that they're not in trouble. They glide back to the ball. That's what Harris did.
Yeah, slowed down just enough so that he didn't overrun the ball.
So hard thrower now in with Trent Lopez up there on the mound. Bigger kid. Out of Carlsbad. 6'3", freshman. Down in the dirt. There it is. So he's dealing from the mound. The big kid from Carlsbad, feeling nice and relaxed, got a lead, doesn't have to worry about getting, he's just out there throwing. Guys, he's not concerned, Albert, about how precise he is. He's just throwing as a pitcher.
Yeah, it's always beneficial to have such a huge marginal lead of 7 runs. It's always nice to be able to have a pitcher just, you know, throw darts, let your mind go blank.
Boy, he scared me. I thought that was me for a second. My mind going blank. I thought, when did I get here? Nice hop. Taken just out of the air over there by Harvey at third for an easy throw over to first. 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. As we head to the 8th, it's the Comets 8, the Chargers 1, here on Sportsnet, USA.net. Well, baseball is lacking on the professional side, but it's starting off big on the collegiate side and the community college side. guys, personally, I'm glad to see baseball back, at least at this level. Last year, you look what COVID did. It's nice being out here with the crowd. It's nice getting sunshine with all the fans. It's nice watching your favorite player, no matter the outcome for the game, that you can get out here and have fun watching baseball. And that's what's happening right now for all the fans here at Cypress College.
Yeah, just to be able to see, all these student athletes and athletes in general come out here and just play the game that they love is always a pleasure.
Corey Neyland came down later on. Hanging out with a bunch of young men that would like to be able to play the way we do. And if you would like to do what we do, be it that you're at Cypress College or Fullerton College, and you'd say, God, you guys have so much fun out there. All you have to do is go to your radio or TV department and find out either at Fullerton College or Cypress, because we're sister schools, if they have a sports broadcasting class. And if they do at Cypress,
As Eric Larson comes up to bat for Palomar.
man, I keep digging a hole. So Palomar comes back up. Big 8-1 lead. Turn there in the hole. Snagged over third. Spin, turn in time. What a great play to get Eric Larson. You just love the play made there by Harvey.
So Leaf did a nice job.
Super smooth.
I'm sorry, it wasn't Harvey.
Nice little
That's the
spin.
wrong person there.
Dart to first.
Wrong person.
But again, it was a nice spin. And again, good field work. Even though there's one error on the board by Cypress, it's a tough error. But at third base and on the left side of the infield, they've done a solid job.
Ripped again. This time, again, Leafer says, watch this. Guns it over there. 2 ground balls, 2 outs here in the 8th.
Got the appropriate number for a third baseman. Where's number 5? Hey, with baseball, corny comes with it.
Ronnie Harris back up. Ronnie Harris grounded out. Got a single. Got on at a fielder's choice. And then walked in this game. Squares the bunt.
Pulled the bunt away, but the pitch still finds his own for a strike.
Just off the plate. Harris looks a little surprised at the call, too. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs.
Tried to come with that overhand curve.
Good idea to try to break one off, but you want to have it a little bit higher.
Inside, Harris gets hit by the pitch. Hashimoto.
Yeah, right off the inside of his thigh for that hit by pitch.
Hashimoto with the big bomb in this game. Struck out his first time up, walked his second time up, then clobbered one, smoked it, drilled it, froze it, King Kong'd it, smashed it, crushed it, whatever you want to call it. It was a home run. Fakes a bunt, ball goes in the dirt. Ronnie Harris advances to second. So he advances on a wild pitch.
Just finds the outside corner.
Hashimoto just relaxes and says, I got it, I got it.
Awesome, baby.
Takes that one down Broadway and says, okay. So he goes over, have the conversation. That's where you get a little over analytical as a hitter, where you're looking for something, and instead of doing that, hey, whatever he throws you, go after it.
Yeah. Looking for something that may never come.
Awesome, baby.
And he slightly swings through that one. So Hosh says, well, I didn't think that was going to come, but it did. No runs, no hits, no errors, one left on base. As we head to bottom of 8. The Comets 8. The Chargers 1 here on SportsNetUSA.net.
And that's where you equate that to another sport, of football, where you're waiting on that pitch, You don't see that pitch, but you got to swing anyway. It's that safety who's reading the quarterback's eyes, looking one way, looking the other way. All of a sudden, he's throwing it to the opposite side, and you're caught unawares. And that's what happened on that pitch from Brown to Hashimoto.
It was definitely a swing to try and protect the plate, but just couldn't do anything with it. High fastball, outside corner, whiff.
Or you're up 8-1. We want to go home.
Jack Kelly now on the mound for the Comets. So Palomar's third pitcher of the day. Del Vecchio, Lopez, Kelly. And between all three, they've only given up one run in this game.
And that one run came on a mammoth solo shot for the Chargers. The only mistake Del Vecchio made all game.
Yeah, really, when you think about it, it's surprising that the ball carries so well here too, Albert. I mean, really, it's not a small ballpark.
And that shot from Hashimoto, that was gone. But the one hit by the Chargers, that was way gone. Moonshot of a home run.
We've got 386 to straightaway center, or just left of center. So the one by Hashimoto went about 380.
So Kopian will start things off here in the 8th.
Come on, Kells. Get out. I'm out. Get him, man. 2-7.
Takes that first strike. And he went to Winston Churchill High School. He was a 3-year varsity letterman. He bat .308 in his junior year, and he led the team with 20 RBIs. Swings through that ball in the dirt. Throw to first for a strikeout.
So it doesn't matter who's on the bump for the Comets. Still effective.
Luke Honicle went to Yorba Linda High School, Corey, where he was a varsity letterman and first team all-league when he played there. He enjoys every sport, loves music, and he chose Cypress because of the baseball program and because of the quality of the school as a college. So it's another reason to go to a community college, not only for a great baseball program, but for an education. Monaco 1 for 3 today. Takes it back up the middle, 2 for 4.
And that's one of the few hits we've seen from the Cypress Chargers today, just trying to get on base and put it in play.
Yeah, Carliner with a big home run his last time up. Anthony Hudding, the head coach here at Cypress. Steve Lambright, one of his assistants. Nick Bruno, Joey Notch, Carlos Gonzalez. Snap throw to first. He's got him.
So negating the base hit on an excellent throwdown. So Lindemann been won that all game long, guys.
And Scott Pickler as head coach emeritus out here. And Brent Dillard is the team manager for Cypress College. So Carliner swings at that one. They take him out for strike 3. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. As we head to 9, the final chapter of today's game, it's the Comets 8, the Chargers 1 here on Sportsnet USA.net. We'll see if we're out here for playoff time for the women, see if they get a home game here at Cypress College. If they do, Charger Live and SportsNetUSA.net should be out here to call that game. And then more Cypress College softball and Cerritos College softball. East LA College is in the playoffs. Albert Robles said the team that he is out there should have the men and women going to the playoffs. So make sure you look for those games on SportsNetUSA.net. Albert, it's been a fun year watching. I mean, we saw the women play out there at East LA. They were pretty phenomenal the days we saw.
Super talented team, a little banged up towards the end of the season, but hopefully they can get that by and won't have to play until next week Thursday as opposed to playing this coming Tuesday.
And on the men's side?
Not sure. I'd have to ask Dan Godino and see what's going on there, but I know the men are doing really well as well.
Okay. So all those games here on Sportsnet, USA.net. Corey Neyland, Albert Robles, Ed Ford, and the old man. The old man that lives in a shoe, or the way he's going lately, he should live in a shoe. Maybe living in a shoe. As we head to the top of the ninth. Travis Lavender, who they told me when we went through names, the guy said, oh, don't worry about him. He won't be out there. That's what they told me, is now on the mound.
Come on, boys, fight a little bit here, huh? Finish strong in there.
So Shea Larrabee is back to the plate. Granted out twice today. Larrabee. First in time. So third base has been the busy corner for Cypress in those last 2 innings. Brings up Tanner Lappin. He's had a good game. Flew out to right. Got a base hit. Got hit by a pitch. Then get another base hit and stole a base. Productive day for him on the offensive side. Also a very good first baseman for this Comet team. He's got great gloves, soft hands over at first. Lots of agility for a first base person. Off the knuckles, ricochet shot, throw over to first, not in time. So Lappin gets another base hit in this game.
And that's a tough play for the Chargers because it went off the glove. But second baseman was right there in time, would have had a play, would have been Jackal.
So Devon Lindemann comes up. Lindemann flew to right, then got an RBI, and then the last 2 times up, he's walked both occasions. And he just launched a baseball and said goodbye.
Turned on that one. Now, if we thought the 2 previous home runs were good, I don't know how you rank that one.
That was a no-doubter. 335, so that was gone. 350 over the right field line. As you see him rounding the bases there.
Come on, Dad.
That looked like one of those you hit in batting practice. So that's now 10 runs for the Comets in this game. 10 runs, 8 hits. A variety of walks in this game. Batters getting hit by pitches. Scott, big hopper. It's going to be foul ball. Quincy Scott. Boy, Palomar's got some power on this team.
A little bit. I mean, if their pitching can stay consistent with their hitting, with what we've seen today, they're going to be dangerous in the Pacific Coast Athletic Conference and really got to be the favorites in that conference to win it.
Yeah, I mean, they've really shown a lot today. Good pitching at the beginning, never got rattled, stayed in the game. One and two the count. Scott waits, looks, hits it foul. You notice how the security of the screen for all four of us, we all went. If we'd have been down the line, we'd all been. Can I come out now? Is it safe? Ten to 1, 10 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Comets. 1 run, 5 hits, 1 error for the Chargers. Down for a ball. Taking a third, picked up, big gun in time. And so at third base, it has been a display on how to play defense for the Cypress Chargers today.
Ranging to the left, backhanding to the right. Again, staying on the ball each time that's come to him. And never in a rush to get the ball over to first base.
Kyle Harvey now comes up. Harvey hitting that routine double play last time up, 6-4 to 3.
Check swing, rule to swing. Back-to-back check swings, rule to swing.
Goes foul. 0 and 2, 1 and 2. Scoreboard's trying to figure where are we? What are they doing? Should we give him 2 strikes? Should we give him a ball? Shoulda. A little high and off the plate. Line drive in the gap, tracking it down. Nice going after it and making that catch is Honacle in center field. But not before one more run. And one big run comes in. 1 run, 2 runs on 1 hit. 2 runs on 2 hits and no errors. Nobody left on base. It's been a long day. As we head to the bottom of 9. Oh my goodness.
Well, it has been a long day. It hasn't nearly been as long as it was in that top of the 6th inning.
Oh, that's true. That's true, Albert.
And really, I think probably some of the key takeaways is that in that 6th inning was got to cut down on your walks, because it's those walks that really hurt Cypress today.
So Ethan Sally now pitching for Palomar. So Ethan Sally now in as pitcher. 10-1. Sally warming up. Lappin still over at first. Hashimoto still at second. Harvey still at third. Larson still at short for Palomar. So, new hitter for Cypress, and excuse me if I don't say it right, but I think it's Dean Tiago. Dean takes it up the middle for a base hit. Jacob Reed now up. So Jacob Reed in to hit for Cypress. His first time at bat today. So Jacob Reed, Tustin High School. Takes that one on the edge for a strike. 1-1's the count. Well, the weather's cooling, the afternoon's coming to an end, the game's coming to an end. The Comets are going to have a great ride home. Cypress is going to get ready, regroup, like they always do when it gets fouled off. Get ready for the next game and look to come away with a victory. One-two pitch. Some nice strikeout. So Matthew Linden now is coming up from LaSalle High School. Takes that one low. So let everybody get a little action. Get them ready to play for the next game. Let them get their swings at the plate. Takes that low.
Good miss.
Deep at second and short. Deep at third. Knock the ball down if it gets hit in your direction. Don't let anybody get through. But then Sally throws a nice little pitch there. 2-1, 1 out. 10-1 Comets here in the bottom of 9. Drive in the gap, back pedal, just tracking it down, and that's what they've been doing all day long as Ellis takes it out there in center field for the out. Edgar Rosales now comes back to the plate. Struck out in the second, struck out in the fourth, and flied to right. His last time up in the seventh. So it's been the Comets in this game that have come away feeling, singing and dancing. Zales takes it up. Easy little one by Larson, and that'll do it. So Cypress comes up a little short as the Comets come up big. 10 runs on 8 hits, no errors, 1 run, 5 hits, and 1 error. So that brings us to the end of the game as Cypress comes up just a little short today to the Comets as the Comets walk away with a victory here on Cypress College Baseball on Sportsnet. For Ed Ford, Albert Robles, Corey Neyland, and myself, we all want to thank you for watching Cypress College Baseball on Sportsnet, USA.net.